Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We will the presentation about subject and object complement and subject and predicators from group 3 Frisca and Intan. Then subject and object complement. Subject are two main types of complement that which the subject complement completes the predicate after a coupler verb by specifying an attribute of the subject or its identity. No specification is possible. The subject complement can be realized by adjectival group, by definite and indefinite nominal group, and by clause. The object complement completes the predicate with an adjectival group and or a nominal group following a direct object. The direct object, but not complement, can become subject in passive clause. The object complement is realized by adjective group, definite and indefinite by nominal group and clauses. When the clause is pronoun, use is divided between the subjective and the objective case. The object complement pronoun is always objective. And then the subject. Distinctive synthetic properties of the subject. In English, the subject sharply distinguished from other elements in clause structure by the combination of a number of synthetic properties. And then the following survey covers four particularly important ones. A. Basic position before the verb. For the example, Sue loves Max and Max loves Sue. B. Case. For just handful for nominal phrase, there is an inflection of case that separates subjects from most non-subject. For nominative, I, he, she, we, they. For accusative, me, he, him, us, them. C. For the example, she loved him and then he loved her. C. Verb agreement. All verbs other than modal auxiliaries agree with the subject in the present tense. For the example, Sue loved the children. The children loved Sue. B. Sue was fond of the children. The children were fond of Sue. D. Subject auxiliary inversion. In a number of contractions, including most of kind of interrogative, the subject appears after rather than before the verbs, which has to be auxiliary. For the example, does Sue love the children? And do the children love Sue? The correlation in English between subject and actor or topic is far too complex for the above definition to work at the language particular level. A. Subject and actor. For the example, she knows him well. B. Subject and topic. For the example, something is wrong with this disk drive. The object. Distinctive synthetic properties of the object. The object in a clause almost always has the form of a nominal phrase. Unlike the subject, it is normally located within the verb phrase. 1. An object is a special case of a complement, so it must be licensed by the verb. From the second, with some verb, the object is obligatory. 3. The object typically corresponds to the subject of an associated passive clause. 4. The object can normally take the form of a pronoun. 5. The basic object position is immediately after the verb. Consider how these properties distinguish the object from non-phrase from the adjunct non-phrase. Ed told the manager, for the example, and then as object. Ed arrived last week as adjunct. Direct and indirect object. For the example, Sue gave Max the photo. Sue as a subject, gave as a predicate, Max as the indirect object, and the photo and as a direct object. And then I booked them some shoes. Alternation with propositional construction. For the example, Sue gave the photo to Max. And then Sue as a subject gave as a predicate the photo as a object direction to Max as a construction. Synthetic distinction between direct and indirect object. Front direct object, everything else she gave him. Front indirect object, him, she gave everything else. Subject and predicators. Subject is synthetic function identified by the features of position, consort, pronominalization, and reflection in question text. Semantically, almost all participant roles can be associated with the subject. Cognitively, it is that element which has the highest claim to function as a topic in a specific clause in context. Synthetically, it is prototypically realized by nominal group, but can also be realized by a wide variety of groups and clauses. The predicator is the synthetic function that determines the number and the type of object and complement in clause. It is identified synthetically by position and consort. It is associated with a number of semantic domains. Two main types of complement that which complement. Thank you for your attention, my friend. Wassalamualaikum. Any question? Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.